Friends, today I'm going to share something powerful with you, a mindset that can transform your life in profound ways. I'm talking about learning to act as if nothing can change your direction. This is not just a motivational platitude, but a way of being that the greatest achievers throughout history have embodied. Are you ready to cultivate the unshakable resolve that allows you to push through any obstacle? The mental fortitude to stay the course no matter what storms rage around you. If so, listen closely. We all face challenges and setbacks in life. That's inevitable. The question is, how will you respond when adversity strikes? Will you crumble and veer off your chosen path? Or will you stand tall, dig your heels in, and refuse to be moved from your purpose? The ability to act as if nothing can change your direction is the edge that separates those who achieve legendary feats from those whose dreams wither on the vine. It's what allows some to climb the highest summits while others get stuck on the foothills. To be unshakably committed to your vision despite all the reasons why you could or should quit. Think of the greatest revolutionaries, inventors, explorers, athletes, and leaders who ever lived. What set them apart was an unwavering determination that critics and doubters could not deter. A refusal to abandon their quest no matter how daunting the odds or how frequent the setbacks. The road to anything great is inevitably strewn with obstacles. That's not the exception, that's the rule. If you want to bring forth something revolutionary, you will face opposition. People will call you crazy, delusional, ahead of your time, or just plain wrong. There will be times of discouragement where giving up seems so much easier than pressing on. But the truly extraordinary among us learn to act as if nothing can alter their trajectory. They charge forward with a sense of unstoppable momentum, as immovable as continents in their resolution. To them, failure is never a possibility because the thought of quitting is unconscionable. Now, I realize this level of fortitude may sound extreme, but is it really so outrageous to meet the inevitable obstacles of life with unrelenting perseverance? History's greatest achievements were won this way, through sheer force of sustained will. When the skeptics ridiculed the visionary plans of the doers just worked harder. When catastrophe struck, they bounced back more determined than before. When injustice blocked their path, they bashed through those barriers like tidal waves. Look at Thomas Edison. By the time he invented the first commercially viable electric light bulb, he had spent years pursuing dead end after dead end. Countless experiments failed as he sought a durable filament. Friends and investors told him to give up this fruitless quest, but Edison just smiled and kept going. Even after nearly being killed in an explosion, his famous reply was, "Great. Now I know 700 things that won't work." His contemporaries thought he was deranged, burning through money chasing an impossibility. But to Edison, quitting was simply not an option. His vision pulled him forward like a powerful current, and he let nothing divert that flow. Through multiple bankruptcies and thousands of failed attempts, he kept hurling himself at the riddle until he finally unlocked the key to widespread electrification through incandescent lighting. Or take the story of Abraham Lincoln. His life was a decades-long masterclass in refusing to abandon his path despite spirit-crushing setbacks. Raised in abject poverty without any formal schooling, he failed in business, had a nervous breakdown, fell into deep depression, and lost election after election in his political career. At his lowest point, after a close friend died, the anguish and melancholy nearly consumed him. Yet through all this darkness and pain, Lincoln clung to his vision for preserving and strengthening the United States with unbreakable resolve. No defeat could make him relinquish that noble cause. Each time adversity knocked him flat, he hauled himself back up more steadfast than before, always pressing forward on that same unwavering course. In the end, Lincoln's persistence shaped the course of history. He not only helped end the scourge of slavery, but held the United States together through its gravest existential crisis. All because he learned to act as if nothing could change his direction. The same unstoppability defined the lives of legends across every field. The artist Van Gogh, who soldiered through years of poverty and obscurity before creating masterpieces that revolutionized art. The airplane inventors, the Wright brothers, who kept toiling for years after experts insisted humans could never fly. Leader after leader like Susan B., Anthony and Martin Luther King Jr., facing jail, slander, and even assassination attempts, but never surrendering their crusades for equality and justice. In every case, greatness was achieved through an ironclad refusal to change course, a decision to march towards their visions with a sense of inevitability, acting as if nothing could deter them no matter what forces opposed. It's a difficult path, but it's the only one that leads to the truly extraordinary. Of course, being unwavering is not the same as being inflexible. Wisdom and adjustments along the way are always required. But the essence of your quest, the core purpose burning within you, must be clung to with the intensity of a mother gripping her child in a hurricane. That foundational, why for everything you do, must be set in stone, even as the strategies evolve. And if this level of fortitude sounds like something only available to history's most renowned figures, let me put that myth to rest. We all have the capacity to act as if nothing can change our direction if we cultivate the proper mindset and habits. The great ones were not superhuman. They simply did things the rest of us choose not to do. If you want to manifest this unstoppable mentality in your own life, start by clearly defining your quest. What is the overarching purpose and vision pulling you forward? What is that MT, Everest you feel compelled to conquer? Nail that down in exquisitely vivid detail. Then make an unwavering commitment to see it through no matter what. Come from a deep place inside that says, I will not be denied. Let the white-hot flame of that desire sear away any possibility of quitting. Nothing can extinguish your forward progress except your own choice to stop. So decide right now that regardless of inevitable obstacles, you will never stop until you reach your summit. When difficulties inevitably arise, keep chipping away without faltering. Just because the mountain looms large one day, that doesn't make it unscalable. When critics scoff, let them inspire you to work harder and climb higher out of sheer spite if you must. Use every setback as fuel to stoke your determination into an inferno of resolve. And always remind yourself of your why. The noble, because that makes all the struggle worthwhile. Let the inevitability of your success be the warm sun that guides you calmly through the stormiest days. With every step, draw strength from the quiet certainty that your vision pulling you forward is simply a matter of time before it manifests. By cultivating this mindset, you become a force of nature, a person who doesn't just react to circumstances, but bends them to your will through sheer grit and persistence. Like sculptors chiseling away at granite, you shape reality itself through your refusal to abandon your purpose. And as with any habit, the more you practice acting as if nothing can change your direction, the stronger and more natural it becomes. Those closest to you may blanch at first by your newfound implacability. But as they see you consistently taking the world by storm to make your dreams manifest, that resolute energy will eventually convert even the staunchest doubters. After all, what could be more inspiring than watching someone consistently live at the heights of their potential without wavering? When you become that unstoppable force that adversity cannot deter, you become a battle-tested leader simply through your example. People can't help but gravitate towards the magnetic certainty radiating from your actions. By the time you reach the summit you envision, your journey will be even more impressive than your achievement itself. That raw power of consistency, of resolutely climbing no matter how daunting the ascent, is the stuff of legends, the essence of heroism itself. To stand unbowed upon your personal Everest, muscles still quivering from the effort, weathering all storms with courage and grit until the final victory. There are few more inspiring and empowering experiences than that. Just think of how much more epic and meaningful your life becomes by refusing to abandon your quest. Learning to act as if nothing can change your direction is a superpower. But it's also an immense responsibility, because once you wield that ability, you have no excuse left for playing small with your potential. Making excuses or settling for mediocrity in any area of your existence becomes. Instead, you hold yourself to a higher standard. You strive for excellence and maximum impact, not because you were born exceptional, but because you've decided to be unstoppable. With this shift in mindset, the limits are obliterated on what you can make of your life. This same mentality applies whether you're aiming to be a world-class leader, inventor, or athlete, or you simply crave becoming the absolute best version of yourself in all areas. As a parent, a partner, a friend, a positive force in your community. Because by cultivating this powerful, nothing can stop me resolve, you tap into humanity's wellspring of limitless potential. You break free from self-imposed cages and fears to start authoring the script of your life rather than just reading the pages. Old stories of scarcity, unworthiness, and doubt must crumble before the tidal wave of inevitability you decide to embody. And suddenly your possibilities become as vast as the horizon stretching out before you with the same transformative mindset. Ordinary people throughout history have achieved the extraordinary, whether that meant starting powerful movements, building iconic companies, or simply crushing long-standing vices to become better versions of themselves against all odds. All because they made a choice to stop being crumbly before circumstance, to instead be driven, relentless, single-mindedly focused on moving their lives in this world in a better direction through sheer force of consistency and will. So today I implore, learn to act as if nothing can change your direction. Burn your noble quest into your heart with an intensity that renders failure an impossibility. Then go forth and make your life a masterpiece through the sheer sustained power of your refusal to abandon your purpose. Let no force deter you as you climb an unwavering pursuit of those shining heights only you can attain. From here on out, be the unstoppable one. Fall radically in love with your potential and turn that love into an inextinguishable determination. Transform into the kind of person who pummels through roadblocks rather than going around them, who thrives in the face of adversity like water cutting through rock. Above all, become someone who refuses to stay stuck in the swamps of playing small, making excuses, or settling for mediocrity. You are meant for uncommon achievement and impact. So start acting as if nothing can change the inevitable trajectory pulling you towards those loftier realms. The world craves heroes who embody unshakable resolve, people whose courage and consistency shines like a blazing beacon of hope. Make it your mission to be one such hero starting today. Become the unstoppable, undeterred force that circumstances cannot help but bend towards through the sheer power of your certainty and grit. Let this be the air you shed all the fears and stories holding you back from greatness to hone your will into something diamonds cannot scratch. You were designed to climb great mountains, conquer worthy quests, and spread rays of hope through all you achieve on this planet. It's one of life's highest privileges and loftiest callings. And the ability to act as if nothing can change your direction is the engine powering all of that potential. So embrace this mental power fully and watch your entire world unlock. The greatest accomplishments in life are achieved not by those who are simply skilled or talented, but by those who refuse to abandon their vision no matter what obstacles arise. Developing an unwavering, unstoppable mindset is the secret force multiplier that allows you to go farther than you ever imagined. At the core of this mindset is an unshakable belief in your ability to shape your reality through sheer determination and commitment. It's understanding that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you are always the master of how you respond. No setback or adversity gets a vote. Only you decide whether to keep charging forward or to shrink back. The unstoppable mind operates from certainty rather than doubt. There is a quiet confidence that your quest is simply a matter of time and focused effort. The storms may rage, but like a ship's captain, you adjust your sails and keep steering steadfastly toward your destination. You never question the inevitability of arrival. This doesn't mean you barrel ahead stubbornly without making wise adjustments. True unstoppability requires being utterly flexible in your strategies and tactics while being utterly inflexible about your core purpose. You remain agile and responsive, continually iterating and optimizing, but never abandoning the fundamental why that pulls you forward. Developing this unstoppable mentality is like building of unbreakable will at your center. No matter what negativity, fears, or doubts swirl around you, you remain rooted in your mission with a sense of unconditional commitment. Your self-belief and motivation become self-generating rather than depending on external validation and motivation. From this unshakable place, you stop making excuses altogether. There is no yeah, but, or if only, that can deter your forward momentum. You take radical responsibility, dealing with the hand you're dealt while steadily sculpting better and better circumstances through sheer grit. The unstoppable mind also masterfully handles setbacks, disappointments, and failures. Rather than getting demoralized or letting temporary turbulence to knock you off course, you simply treat those experiences as opportunities to get wise, calibrate, and rededicate yourself with refreshed intensity. There's no such thing as failing when you have an unstoppable mindset. There is only the perpetual cycle of learning, growing, and leaning harder into your quest. With each stumble, you get back up quickly with a calm determination to find a way to make it work. You stay locked on the target, course correcting as needed, but never hit the brakes. At its core, being unstoppable means you fully own both your power and responsibility to create the life you want. You realize that no one is coming to save you or anoint you. It's entirely up to the strength of your character and the integrity of your daily habits of thought and action. From this place, you stop making excuses and start making things happen. And something magical occurs when you operate from this unwavering stance. Circumstances begin organizing around you in surprising and miraculous ways. When the universe senses the unstoppable force of your conviction and forward momentum, it gets behind you. Synchronicity increases, resistance tends to fall away, and your path becomes divinely greased. Of course, challenges will always arise. That's the nature of any worthy endeavor. But now you take them as par for the course rather than getting derailed. You understand that the resistance is part of the process of creation. Like a Shaolin warrior, you tranquilly flow around and through obstacles with single-minded determination as you blaze your trail. When you truly embody the energy of acting, as if nothing can change your direction, you start moving through life with a sense of inexorable momentum. Doubt and fear lose their grip as you become more solidly rooted in the certainty of your vision and the inevitability of its manifestation. This unstoppable frame isn't one of arrogance or ego, but of humble confidence. You don't bludgeon your way forward haphazardly, but flow with a focused, purposeful intensity. There is a quiet power that precedes you born from the depth of your commitment. People can sense when you have tapped into this potent mentality. They may not understand it fully, but they can feel the magnetic force of your unshakable stance. Some will initially resist as your intensity can be intimidating. But as you consistently show up as an unwavering person of resolution and integrity, even the staunchest skeptics eventually take notice and come around. After all, what could be more inspiring than witnessing someone bulldozing through obstacles with calm determination to create their dream reality? When you become a living embodiment of nothing can stop me, you start giving others permission to be unstoppable too. Your example provides a transmission for what's possible. As you ascend to heights you once thought unreachable through your refusal to abandon your quest, you'll gain a profound sense of self-respect. The struggle won't always be easy, but you'll walk tall with an empowered humility. You'll know that you possess the strongest stuff of character, the ability to stare adversity in the eye and keep punching forward no matter what. From this place, you can also become a powerful source of encouragement for others on their own journeys. Your battle-tested wisdom, born from the trenches of perseverance, will have a way of uplifting those around you. Simply by showing up as your unstoppable self, you give the priceless gift of inspiration that fans the belief in others. And perhaps most importantly, by learning to act as if nothing can change your direction, you give yourself the chance to have your greatest positive impact on this world. Because you've decided to be unstoppable, you take more risks, you create more boldly, and you show up more fully. You stop trying to swim in shallow waters and instead plunge into the deep end to really make. Think of how many revolutionary ideas, inventions, movements, policies, artistic works, and other contributions to humanity may have never arrived because the visionaries behind them didn't have this unstoppable mindset. They let doubt, criticism, or fear stop them from birthing their full genius upon the world. What a tragic loss for all of us. But when you embody an unstoppable mentality, you give everything inside you the greatest possibility of being unleashed. You refuse to deprive the world of your unique streaming potential by abandoning your quest along the way. You dedicate yourself to squeezing every drop of value from the rarity of your being here. From this place of unstoppable commitment, you start participating in the highest conversation. You move beyond ego, fear, and short-term concerns to focus on the larger vision of what you're meant to create for the betterment of all. Obstacles no longer divert you because your eyes remain fixed on the highest horizon. It's a profoundly spiritual and heroic stance, one of integrity, service, and boundless courage. You become a warrior of light, using your gifts to steadfastly elevate the human experience rather than contracting into complacency. You embrace your role as a dream architect, refusing to stop until you manifest a full creative expression you're here to bring forth. Ultimately, to be unstoppable is to step into your highest powers as a human being. You tame the egoic, fear-based voices of your smaller self and start operating from the regal stance of your greatest, most noble self. From this place of sovereign poise, you cannot help but elevate the world in some way through your creations. So keep strengthening this muscle of being unstoppable each day. Let this energy take root and blossom in how you approach all areas of your life. Whether it's revolutionizing an industry or simply being an incredible parent and community member, operate from the soul-level commitment of acting as if nothing can change your direction toward your highest aims. The world is simply waiting for more people who shine with this blazing light of inextinguishable determination and pure creative flow. It craves the inspiration, courage, and realness that comes from those who've stared adversity down and emerged more resolute than ever to contribute their greatness. You have the power to be one of these beacons for humanity, an unstoppable force that keeps pushing our civilization in a better, more enlightened direction through the sheer intensity of your commitment to create something remarkable. So decide now, in this potent moment, to step into the full breadth of your power by becoming someone who cannot stop, will not stop. Burn away the stories and fears that would have you abandon your highest quest before its full realization, and act with an iron-forged intent to let nothing rob you of your momentum and impact. The path ahead will be filled with challenges and periods that try your resolve, but you can make a pact with yourself to handle anything that comes your way with an unwavering spirit. With each obstacle, you'll grow tougher, wiser, and even more unstoppable. In the end, what gets created through this heroic approach is not just your dream, but an inspiration that ripples out to catalyze and give strength to countless others in the process. It's this transmission of unstoppable energy that has the power to elevate our entire human family toward our highest potential. So stay unstoppable, my friends. The world needs the blazing light of your greatness shining at its brightest to help illuminate the way forward. No matter how daunting the path, you can make the commitment to keep climbing with grit and grace, and trust that the universe will conspire to support your quest once it senses the full intensity of your resolve to let nothing change your direction. Today I want to share a key lesson with you, a lesson that has the power to transform not only how you view the world, but also how you live within it every single day. This lesson is about understanding peace, truly grasping what it means to act with peace in our daily lives. You see, acting with peace isn't about ignoring the noise of the world or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about maintaining a serene heart and a clear mind in the midst of life's storms. It's about choosing your response rather than being swept away by the current of external events. Let's delve into this, shall we? Picture two sailors navigating the vast ocean. Suddenly, a storm approaches, bringing with it towering waves and howling winds. One sailor panics, his actions driven by the fear and chaos of the storm. His mind becomes as turbulent as the sea around him. The other sailor, however, remains calm. He acknowledges the storm, yet his actions are measured, his decisions clear. The difference? The second sailor understands that the storm outside doesn't have to create a storm inside. This, my friends, is the essence of acting with peace. It's understanding that life will throw storms our way. That's inevitable. But whether these storms disturb our inner peace, that's a choice we make. Now let's explore the distinction between external events and our internal responses. The world around us is in constant motion, filled with events we can't control. A harsh word from a colleague, an unexpected bill, a plan that falls apart. These are the external events, the pebbles thrown into the pond of our lives, creating ripples across the water. But here's where the magic happens. Our internal response. This is where we have power. We can't stop the pebble from being thrown, but we can control the ripples. We do this by choosing our response, by deciding that no matter the size of the pebble, it will not disturb the calm waters of our mind. Let me share a story that beautifully illustrates this principle. During World War II, Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist and a prisoner in a Nazi concentration camp, discovered something remarkable. Even in the harshest of conditions, he found that he could retain a sense of inner peace by choosing his response to the suffering around him. Frankl realized that while he couldn't control his environment, he had the ultimate freedom to choose his attitude towards it. His story is a powerful testament to the strength of the human spirit and the true meaning of peace. It's not about the absence of chaos. It's about the presence of tranquility within chaos. So how can we maintain peace in challenging situations? It starts with awareness, recognizing our ability to choose our response. When faced with a difficult situation, take a moment to pause, breathe. Remember, you are the sailor in the midst of the storm, and your calmness is your strength. Next, cultivate gratitude. Even in the toughest times, there's always something to be thankful for. Focusing on these aspects can help anchor your peace. And finally, practice empathy. Sometimes our peace is disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our interactions with others. By striving to understand and empathize, we can maintain our inner calm and even spread it to those around us. In conclusion, acting with peace is a journey, one that requires practice, patience, and persistence. But the rewards are immeasurable. As we learn to navigate life's storms with a serene heart and a clear mind, we not only transform our own lives, but also become beacons of peace in a turbulent world. Let's embark on this journey together, not as solitary travelers, but as companions sharing in the collective strength of our tranquility. Remember, the power to choose peace lies within each of us. In every moment, with every breath we take. You see, acting with peace isn't about silencing the chaos of the world, nor is it about hiding from the realities that unsettle us. Rather, it's about standing in the midst of life's storms and choosing to respond with a tranquility that comes from within. Let's delve into what it means to act with peace in our daily lives. Imagine you're in a boat on a rapidly flowing river heading straight for a waterfall, panic sets in, doesn't it? Now, consider two choices: succumb to fear, letting it steer, or take control, guiding the boat with a steady hand. Acting with peace is like choosing to steer calmly, even when fear grips your heart. This brings us to a vital distinctions: external events versus internal responses. Life in its essence will always throw challenges our way, just as the river flows unbidden. The essence of living peacefully doesn't lie in stopping the river, but in how we choose to navigate it. Let me share a story from history, one that illustrates maintaining peace in the face of adversity. During World War II, amidst the Blitz, Winston Churchill faced unimaginable pressure. London was under siege, yet he stood resolute, a beacon of calm and determination. His response to these external events was not of panic, but of strategic calmness. Churchill's leadership during those dark times serves as a powerful testament to the strength that comes from choosing peace over panic. So how can we apply this in our lives? It starts with awareness. Recognizing the onset of panic or stress is the first step. Once we're aware, we can choose our response. Instead of reacting impulsively to a stressful work email, take a moment. Breathe. Choose to respond from a place of calm. But as we endeavor to maintain this inner tranquility, we're bound to encounter barriers. Stress, expectations, and external pressures constantly vie to disrupt our peace. These are the whirlpools along our river trying to pull us under. Consider stress the most common thief of peace. It creeps up silently, often disguised as just another busy day. But let it accumulate and it becomes a barrier too high to see over. The antidote? It's simpler than you might think. It lies in the small moments of joy we often overlook. A morning without rushing, a walk in the park, the laughter shared with a friend. These are our weapons against stress. Expectations, both our own and those of others, can also disturb our peace. We strive to meet them, stretching ourselves thin only to find peace slipping through our fingers. The key to overcoming this barrier is acceptance. Accept that perfection is a myth. Celebrate progress, not just results. And most importantly, learn to set boundaries. It's okay to say no. It's okay to prioritize your peace. External pressures, societal, familial, or professional, often dictate how we should feel or react. But remember, you are the captain of your boat. You decide the direction. It's not about ignoring these pressures, but about facing them with a clear mind and a peaceful heart. To navigate these barriers, consider the following practical advice. Start your day with intention. A few minutes of quiet reflection can set the tone for a peaceful day. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, will my reaction bring peace or add to the chaos? Choose actions that align with peace. And finally, embrace the art of letting go. Not every battle is worth fighting. Sometimes peace comes from knowing when to walk away, when to release what no longer serves you. In the grand tapestry of life, cultivating a garden of inner peace is an art that requires patience, practice, and perseverance. Today I want to share with you some effective strategies for nurturing this serene inner landscape. These practices, mindfulness, meditation, and gratitude, are not just abstract concepts, but practical tools that can significantly elevate the quality of your daily life. Let's start with mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and engaged in the moment without judgment. It's about appreciating the now rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Picture a busy morning. You're late for an appointment and traffic is at a standstill. The typical response might be frustration, a surge of stress. Ask the what if. Instead, you chose to notice the warmth of the sun through the window, the texture of the steering wheel under your hands, or the melody of a song on the radio. This shift in focus is mindfulness in action. A friend of mine, a seasoned executive in a high-pressure job, started practicing mindfulness by simply observing his breath for a few minutes at the start of each day. Over time, he found this practice gave him a reservoir of calm to to draw from in stressful situations, transforming his reactions and interactions at work. Next, let's delve into meditation. Meditation is often misunderstood as an esoteric practice reserved for monks secluded in distant monasteries. In reality, it's a deeply practical tool for clearing the mind and centering oneself. Meditation can be as simple as sitting quietly for a few minutes each day, focusing on your breath or a mantra, and gently bringing your attention back whenever your mind wanders. I once heard the story of a school teacher who introduced meditation into her classroom. Every morning, she and her students would spend 5 minutes in silence, focusing on their breathing. Remarkably, this practice not only calmed the students, but also led to improved concentration and better overall classroom behavior. The peace cultivated in those 5 minutes permeated their entire day. Lastly, let's talk about gratitude. Gratitude is the act of recognizing and appreciating the good in our lives. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a sense of contentment and peace. Maintaining a gratitude journal where you jot down 3 things you're grateful for each day can profoundly impact your outlook on life. A dear friend of mine faced a challenging period, battling a severe illness. During this time, she committed to writing down something she was grateful for each day. This practice didn't change her circumstances, but it changed her experience of them. Despite the pain and uncertainty, she found moments of joy, beauty, and peace she would have otherwise overlooked. Incorporating mindfulness meditation and gratitude into your life doesn't require monumental changes. Start small. Dedicate a few minutes each day to these practices. The key is consistency, like seeds planted in a garden. The benefits of these practices grow and flourish over time with regular care. It's also important to approach these practices with patience. Cultivating inner peace is a journey, not a sprint. There will be days when mindfulness feels impossible, when your meditation is filled with distractions, or when finding even one thing to be grateful for seems like a Herculean task. On these days, remember that each moment of effort is a step toward a more peaceful you. As we weave these strategies into the fabric of our lives, we create a strong, resilient tapestry, one that holds its color and beauty even in the face of life's inevitable challenges. By cultivating inner peace through mindfulness, meditation, and gratitude, we not only enrich our own lives, but also bring a sense of calm, clarity, and compassion to those around us. So, I encourage you to embrace these practices to nurture your inner garden of peace. In doing so, you'll discover that even in the midst of chaos, a profound sense of serenity is always within reach. Let's embark on this path together, not as solitary wanderers, but as companions on a journey to discovering the boundless peace that lies within each. In our life's endeavors, the thread of peace weaves a pattern so intricate and profound that its value can sometimes be overlooked in the pursuit of success. Yet it's precisely this element of peace that has the power to elevate us to heights of achievement and fulfillment we might never have thought possible. Today I wish to share with you how maintaining a sense of inner tranquility is not merely a luxury, but a cornerstone of personal and professional success. Consider for a moment the leaders, innovators, and thinkers who have shaped the world. What common thread ties them together? Beyond intelligence, beyond opportunity, lies a deep reservoir of peace. This peace allows for clear thinking, enables creativity to flourish, and fosters relationships that are both meaningful and productive. Let's delve into the story of a renowned CEO, known not just for her formidable business acumen, but also for her remarkable ability to remain composed under pressure. In the whirlwind of corporate challenges, she found her solace in mindfulness practices. Each morning before the dawn of a bustling day, she would sit in silence, letting the tumult of her thoughts settle into a tranquil pool of clarity and intention. This daily ritual wasn't merely a retreat from the world, but a way to engage with it more fully with a heart unburdened by chaos. Her decisions were not reactive but considered. Her innovations not just profitable, but transformative. Her success was a testament to the power of peace. But how? You might wonder, can we cultivate this essential quality in our own lives? The journey begins with mindfulness, a practice as simple as it is profound. Mindfulness teaches us to be present fully and unequivocally. It's the art of observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, acknowledging them as passing clouds in the vast sky of our consciousness. This practice can start with something as basic as mindful breathing, focusing on the inhale and exhale, the life force that sustains us moment by moment. Meditation, too, offers a pathway to peace. It invites us to step back from the noise of the external world and find a sanctuary of calm within. Even a few minutes a day can alter the landscape of our minds, making us more resilient to stress and more attuned to the nuances of our lives. And let us not forget the power of gratitude. Gratitude anchors us to the present, to the myriad blessings that we often take for granted. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we possess, from scarcity to abundance. The act of expressing gratitude, whether through a journal, in quiet reflection, or in direct communication with others, can transform our perspective and, by extension, our reality. Consistency and patience are the soil in which these practices flourish. Cultivating peace is an ongoing process, a garden that requires tending. The fruits of this labor, however, are boundless. It enhances our decision-making, not by providing easy answers, but by clearing the fog that obscures our clarity. It sparks creativity by allowing us to tap into a wellspring of ideas unclouded by anxiety. And it deepens our relationships, enabling us to listen more fully, empathize more deeply, and connect more authentically. I urge you to consider the role of peace in your own path to success. Reflect on the moments when tranquility has led to clarity, when serenity has paved the way for innovation. Embrace the practices that foster this peace and watch as they transform not only your professional journey, but the very essence of your life. As we journey forward, let us carry with us the knowledge that peace is not merely a backdrop to our achievements, but the foundation upon which they are built. Let it be the light that guides us through the storm, the anchor that holds us steady amidst the tumult. In the pursuit of success, let us never lose sight of the profound power of peace. In the midst of our fast-paced, often chaotic world, finding peace can seem like trying to grasp the wind, elusive and fleeting. We live in times where the pace of change accelerates relentlessly, where the noise of life drowns out the quiet whispers of tranquility. Yet it's in this very whirlwind of activity that maintaining peace becomes not just valuable but essential. Just consider for a moment the image of a majestic oak tree, steadfast amidst the howling winds of a storm. Its roots delve deep into the earth, drawing strength and stability from below, allowing it to stand tall and serene while chaos. This oak symbolizes the peace we seek to cultivate within ourselves, a peace that remains unshaken by the world's turmoil. So how do we plant and nurture our own roots of peace in such a stormy environment? The key lies in understanding that peace does not mean an absence of conflict or noise from our lives. Rather, peace is the ability to remain calm, centered, and joyous amid life's inevitable storms. It's about cultivating an inner sanctuary that external conditions cannot violate. One effective strategy for maintaining this inner sanctuary is to regularly disconnect from the chaos. In practical terms, this could mean taking a few moments each day to step away from electronic devices, to be alone with your thoughts, or to immerse yourself in nature. These moments of disconnection are not about running away from challenges, but about giving ourselves the space to breathe, reflect, and regain our balance. Another vital practice is mindfulness, paying attention to the present moment with acceptance and without judgment. Mindfulness teaches us to observe our thoughts and feelings as they are, without letting them control us. It's about noticing the beauty of the world around us, even amidst chaos, and finding joy in the simple things. A child's laughter, the warmth of the sun, the smell of rain on the earth. Gratitude, too, plays a crucial role in living peacefully. By focusing on what we are thankful for, we shift our perspective from what we lack to what we possess. This shift doesn't just brighten our mood, it changes how we interact with the world. A heart filled with gratitude is more likely to respond to challenges with kindness and understanding rather than frustration and anger. Maintaining peace also requires setting boundaries. In a world that often demands more than we can give, it's essential to know your limits. Saying "oh" might be difficult, but it's a powerful word that can protect your peace. Remember, every time you say yeses to something that overextends you, you might be saying "oh, not peace." Now, I want to leave you with a call to action, a challenge to carry with you as you navigate the complexities of modern life. Commit to acting with peace in all aspects of your life. Let peace be your guide in decision-making, your constant companion amid adversity, and your light in the darkness. This commitment won't always be easy. There will be days when peace seems like a distant dream. But remember the oak tree, how it stands tall and serene, not because the storm doesn't touch it, but because its roots are deep. So too, let your roots of peace grow deep. As we conclude, I encourage you to take a moment and reflect on the peace you seek. Visualize it, feel it in your heart, and then step forward with the intention to embody it. Remember, in a world that often prizes chaos and noise, choosing peace is a revolutionary act. Be a beacon of tranquility in a turbulent world, and watch as the world transforms around you. We started by defining what it truly means to act with peace in our daily lives. It's not about the absence of noise, challenges, or turmoil, but about choosing to respond to these with a calmness that comes from within. Like the story of the CEO who found clarity in the early hours of the morning. Peace begins with our decision to engage the world from a place of inner tranquility. We then navigated through the barriers to peace. Stress, expectations, and external pressures, each vying for our attention, threatening to disturb our tranquility. Yet, as we learned, these barriers are not insurmountable. They are but lessons in disguise, teaching us the importance of mindfulness, gratitude, and the courage to say, "oh no," when necessary. The strategies for cultivating peace, such as disconnecting to reconnect with ourselves, practicing mindfulness to live fully in the present, and embracing gratitude for the abundance that surrounds us, are tools within our reach. Consistency and patience in these practices are the keys to unlocking a life of serenity. And let's not forget the impact of peace on success. We explored how maintaining peace enhances decision-making, creativity, and relationships. It's the silent yet powerful force behind the world's most influential leaders and innovators. It's what allows us to navigate the complexities of life with grace and conviction. Now, as we stand at the threshold of what's next, I urge you to carry forward the insights and strategies we've shared. Remember, the pursuit of peace is a journey that requires courage, commitment, and compassion. It's a path that leads not only to personal fulfillment, but to the enrichment of the world around us. Let this be your motive avis. In a world where turmoil and uncertainty often reign, your choice to pursue peace is a beacon of hope. It's an act of rebellion against the chaos, a statement that despite the storms, you choose calm. Amidst the noise, you choose silence. Surrounded by conflict, you choose understanding. Embrace this journey to peace with open arms. Let it transform you from within, and watch as it touches the lives of those around you. Like ripples in a pond, your peace will spread, creating waves of change that reach far beyond what you can see. This thing that makes the difference, you see, is how you use your mind. It's all about the way you think. Do you think big and let your mind explore vast possibilities? Or do you let your mind be consumed by petty fears and doubts that trap you in a limited existence? The choice is yours, to live an extraordinary life or to just get by. And that choice is made by your thoughts and your attitude. You have the power to decide that nothing can stop you from creating the life you want and deserve. but you must act accordingly. What I mean is, you can't just think positive thoughts sometimes and then go back to negativity and self-doubt. No, you must commit fully. You must adopt a mindset that nothing can stop you and live it out each day through your action. It's like this. Let's say you want to learn a new language. You can't just think, gee, I'd love to speak Spanish, and then do nothing about it. That's not acting as if nothing can stop you. To truly live by that philosophy, you'd study Spanish diligently every single day. You'd immerse yourself in it, watching shows and listening to music. You'd start trying to speak it immediately, messing up at first, but persisting. Nothing could stop your consistent effort and belief that yes, you will become fluent in Spanish. That's the kind of unshakable commitment I'm talking about, where your thoughts, words, and deeds all align with your vision. It's not just a passing fancy, it's a way of operating that allows you to accomplish anything you can conceive. Let me ask you this. What's something you've always dreamed of achieving or experiencing? Travel the world, run a successful business, write a book, become an award-winning artist, whatever it is. I don't want to just hear you say, yeah, that would be nice someday. No, I want you to say it with conviction. I will travel the world. I will run a successful business. I will write a book. I will become an award-winning artist. Do you feel the difference in that kind of statement? It's not just an idle wish. It's a declaration of intent backed by an unshakable belief in yourself. It's adopting the mindset that nothing can stop you from making it happen. And then you follow through with action every single day that aligns with that intention. You save money and make plans for your world travels. You map out your business plan and start building it piece by piece. You set a writing schedule and stick to it no matter what. You spend hours every day honing your artistic skills. Nothing is allowed to get in the way or derail you. Not fears, not doubts, not others trying to dissuade you. You act as if your success is inevitable because you have decided nothing can stop you. Now, some of you might be thinking, yeah, but what about all the obstacles that come up? Yes, I knew someone would ask that. You're absolutely right. There will be plenty of obstacles on any worthy journey. That's inevitable. But when you have decided nothing can stop you, you approach those obstacles very different. Instead of letting them demoralize or derail you, you treat them as mere logistical challenges to work through. You get creative, you problem solve, and you find a way over, under, around, or through that obstacle. It doesn't become an excuse to quit. It becomes an opportunity to flex your resilience. I'll give you an example from my own life. Back when I was first trying to make it as a public speaker, I faced tons of obstacles and setbacks. I had hardly any money. People weren't coming to my events. Promoters kept canceling on me last minute. Things looked bleak. But I had made a decision deep down that nothing could stop me from achieving my vision of speaking on stages and sharing ideas to help people create better lives. So whenever an obstacle came up, I didn't even entertain the idea of quitting. I just got resourceful. I rented out cheaper venues. I stood on street corners, handing out flyers. I did everything I could to keep pushing forward despite the setbacks. And you know what? Had I let those obstacles derail me and make me question myself, I never would have made it. But because I had decided that nothing could stop me, the obstacles just became temporary inconveniences that I found a way through. That's the power of this mindset. You see? It turns you into an unstoppable force. No situation or setback can keep you down because you don't even let it defeat your mentality. You simply refuse to indulge in doubts or excuses. You keep envisioning your success and keep taking consistent action until you make it a reality. So let me ask you again, what is it that you want to achieve? What is your greatest ambition or dream? Whatever it is, I want you to start declaring it boldly right now. Let it be known to the universe through the power of your intention and commitment. Don't be shy. Don't be timid. Speak it out loud. I will become a millionaire. I will get in shape and reclaim my health. I will repair my damaged relationships. I will make my mark on the world through my art. Say it with every ounce of certainty and resolve within you. Can you feel that power? That's what it feels like to embrace the truth that nothing can stop you. It's exhilarating and empowering. It shakes off the excuses and the doubts. It blasts through the fears that have held you stuck for so long. And when you couple that with disciplined daily action towards your goal, you become absolutely unstoppable. Obstacles get crushed underfoot. Setbacks get rebounded from quickly. You keep your eyes laser focused on the vision and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Nothing can stop a person who refuses to quit and keeps making progress each day. You become like a force of nature, an unstoppable river carving its way to the ocean no matter what tries to divert its path. That level of resolve is what separates those who live extraordinary lives from those who just talk about it. The ability to lock onto a vision, decide with every fiber that nothing can stop you, and then relentlessly chase it down through your action. It's not easy. Nothing worthwhile ever is. It takes tremendous self-discipline, mental toughness, and faith in yourself. There will be times when it's tempting to let the doubts and fears creep back in. There will be setbacks that make you question if it's all worth it. But whenever those moments strike, you must remember your original conviction. You decided nothing could stop you, and you chose to live by that code. You reset your mindset, you recommit to your vision, and you keep taking that next disciplined step forward. Eventually, if you just refuse to quit and keep tenaciously acting in a way that defies any obstacles, you will become an unstoppable force that nothing can stop. The vision becomes the reality as the world eventually rearranges itself to align with your thoughts and actions. And then, when you have achieved that great ambition we talked about earlier, you will understand the true power of deciding nothing can stop you. You will look back at everything you overcame with awe and appreciation for your own perseverance. And you will be hungry for your next great challenge to apply that mindset to. Because once you unlock the truth that your thoughts and actions can become self-fulfilling prophecies, you will never want to live any other way. You will remain in that beautiful dance of ambitious thinking, and committed doing that allows you to create any reality you can conceive. So, let this be a wake-up call. A call to stop living a limited life based on fears, doubts, and harmful conditioning. A call to dream boldly and start declaring what you intend to make possible through your effort. What have you been putting off or resigning yourself to not achieving? What have you been treating as permanently out of reach? Decide right here, right now, that's no longer acceptable. Decide that nothing will stop you from making it happen. Burn that decision into your mind and heart. Let it become a core part of your identity. Someone who doesn't make excuses, doesn't indulge in self-limiting thoughts, and doesn't allow any obstacle to prevent them from achieving their desires. Can you feel that rising up in you right now? That powerful, unstoppable mentality that says, yes, I'm going to make this happen. Nothing can stop me. Let that energy pour through you and permeate your entire being. And then starting tomorrow, start living it out each day with your thoughts and actions. Let your words and deeds reflect your new decision to plow through any resistance. Stay hyper-focused on your vision while also being flexible to pivot as needed to overcome obstacles. With that combination of steely resolve and tactical flexibility, you will literally become unstoppable, a person in harmony with the truth that they get to decide their own reality through the way they think and the way they act in this world. Nothing can stop someone who believes that wholeheartedly. Not naysayers, not setbacks, not even their own fears and doubts. They've decided not to participate in a limited existence anymore. They're operating on a whole different level, the level of the unstoppable. Will you make the decision to join those ranks today? Will you commit to start acting as if nothing in this world can stop you? It's one of the most powerful and life-changing realizations you can have. So let this message be the catalyst. Let this be the moment you draw a line in the sand and say, no more settling, no more letting obstacles derail me. From now on, I will think, speak, and act like someone for whom success is inevitable because nothing can stop my unshakable commitment. Make that decision, write it down, declare it publicly, and then go start showing the universe what an unstoppable human being looks like. I promise you, your life will never be the same again. All the things you have dreamed of can start becoming your reality. The only thing that can ever truly stop you is you, by choosing to indulge in doubts, excuses, and fears rather than locking onto the conviction that nothing can stop you. Don't be the person who gets in their own way anymore. Be the unstoppable one. Be the one who achieves their greatest ambitions in spite of any resistance. Let that be your new identity. Decide right here and now that no matter what, you will make it happen. Build that identity of being someone who won't let anything prevent their inevitable success. Burn it into your psyche until it's core part of how you operate. And then watch how quickly the world starts rearranging itself to match your new relentless, unstoppable mentality. Watch as each obstacle gets crushed underfoot. Watch as the forces trying to derail you end up being the fuel that propels you even faster. Because that's what happens when you decide that nothing can stop you. The entire universe begins conspiring to make sure your words don't just remain words, but become your reality through vigorous, tenacious action. Embrace that way of being. Start choosing it right now by letting that code of the unstoppable seep into every fiber of your psyche, and then go become the kind of force that doesn't get stopped by anything. The time for putting limits on yourself is done. The era of believing you can't or doubting your potential is over. Let this be a rebirth into truly living as if nothing can stop the person you're capable of becoming. You have the power to decide that nothing will ever stop you again. Use that power wisely to not just dream bigger, but to make those dreams your reality through sheer committed action in that direction. Ask yourself, what dreams have you been holding back from truly committing to? What visions and ambitions have you resigned to the realm of fantasy because you didn't actually believe they were possible for you? I'm here to tell you that it's all possible if you start operating from the mindset that nothing can stop you from achieving it. That impossible dream can become your reality if you align every part of your being behind making it happen. It starts with your thoughts. You must become a master at catching yourself anytime you indulge in doubts, fears, or excuses about why you can't do it. Those thoughts get instantly canceled out and replaced with affirmations about your ability to make it happen. I can achieve this and nothing will stop me becomes your mental mantra. You must guard your mind vigilantly from any unhelpful thought patterns that could derail you. Constant mental recentering on your conviction that success is inevitable because you have decided nothing can stop you. And then your words must follow suit. If someone asks about your goals and dreams, you don't respond with, well, I'd like to do, but I'm not sure if it's realistic. No, you speak it into existence boldly and confidently. I will do yes. Nothing can stop me, and it's only a matter of time. Let your words powerfully declare your incoming reality rather than being laced with doubt and qualifiers. And finally, your daily actions must align fully behind powering you towards your dreams against all odds. Input the goal, then reverse engineer all the steps needed to make it happen, and start checking things off that task list every single day. Wake up early to get a head start if needed. Read books and take courses to increase your skills. Change your habits to instill more discipline and grit. Sacrifice relaxation time to put in the work required. Do whatever it takes, but never stop putting one foot in front of the other with that triforce of thoughts, words, and deeds all committed to inevitable success. You will begin generating an unstoppable momentum. You will become like a rocket taking off, shaking off anything trying to hold you down and blasting forward with intense force. Every day, you will make more progress. Every week, you will be closer to your goals. Every month, your expanding skills and disciplined habits make it even easier. And before you know it, all those impossible dreams are now your reality. You stopped treating them as fantasies and started operating with the rock-solid belief that nothing could stop you from turning them into your life. And with every brick you laid through tenacious action, you built an impenetrable reality that matched your conviction. So don't stay stuck dreaming about the life you want. Start expecting it and diligently acting in a way that allows nothing to prevent you from having it. Start deciding that it's inevitable because you have chosen to let nothing stop you. Let me give you a personal example. When I first started in this business of speaking and teaching over 50 years ago, I had ambitions that others thought were ridiculous and fanciful. I wanted to travel all over sharing my ideas, write multiple books that helped millions of people, and build a multimedia educational company that impacted lives globally. To most people, those sounded like cute little dreams from a naive kid who didn't understand how the world works. But I decided way back then that nothing could stop me from making it happen. I didn't care what anybody said or how unlikely it was. In my mind, it was already a done deal because I had simply decided that failure wasn't an option. Limitations and obstacles didn't factor into my thinking at all. And you know what? By aligning my every thought, word, and action behind that conviction over the decades, those impossible dreams all manifested. I did travel the world, sharing my ideas through speeches and books that truly did impact millions. I did build multiple successful businesses, helping educate people and allowing me to walk my talk. Just like I originally decided with unshakable certainty, nothing could stop me. Now, I'm not sharing that to pump myself up, but to illustrate the power of this mindset, to show you that when you truly live by a code of nothing can stop you, the entire universe begins conspiring to make sure you're right. What starts as an unwavering decision in your mind eventually becomes your physical reality through relentless execution. Let that be the fuel for your journey as well. When naysayers doubt you or obstacles try to derail you, just laugh, because you have decided that nothing can stop you. So their doubt means nothing. When you face setbacks or momentary, just pick yourself back up and keep marching forward with the same decision burned into your mindset. Because here's what the masses fail to understand. Nothing can stop someone who refuses to indulge in doubt or quit. That's the real secret to achieving greatness. The ones who end up wildly successful are simply those who never stop believing in themselves and never stop working toward their vision despite all resistance. Does that mean it's easy? Of course not. Choosing to live as if nothing can stop you is one of the most challenging mindsets to embody. There will be many times when it's tempting to let the fears, doubts, and fatigue drag you down into a limited existence again. But you must remember your decision in those moments. You decided that a life of settling was no longer acceptable. You decided that giving into doubts and excuses wouldn't be how you operated any longer. No, you committed yourself to being unstoppable, no matter what tries to stop you. Let that remembrance be what lifts you back up and recenters you. Let it shake off the malaise and drain the temporary doubts from your mind. Yes, you tell yourself, nothing can stop me because I've already decided that my vision will become real through my disciplined daily actions. It's not easy, but nothing worthwhile ever is. The life of your dreams waiting on the other side of this unwavering mindset and execution. A life of freedom, abundance, impact, and fulfillment that's only possible when you shed an identity of limits and decided to be unstoppable. You must be willing to fight for it every day, to resist any temptation to indulge in fear or take the easy way out. You have to burn the identity of an unstoppable person into your psyche through daily refinement. And you have to stop treating the possibility of failure as even being on the table whatsoever. Because failure can only be an option if you let it be. The only way you fail is if you quit on yourself and allow obstacles to derail you. As long as you refuse to abandon your original conviction that nothing will stop you. then success becomes your only possible outcome. Do you understand the power you wield here? The ability to quite literally manifest your visions into reality by aligning your consciousness in a way that allows for nothing less. It's one of the most potent forces in the universe. A human who decides to be unstoppable and then follows through with that decision each day. So become one of those people. Shedding aspects of your identity rooted in fears, doubts, laziness, or making excuses. Let that old limiting identity die. Because you're becoming something far more formidable. Someone who laughs in the face of any obstacle because you have decided it cannot possibly stop you. Feel that transformation taking place in you. Let that new identity as someone unstoppable course through your veins and radiate from your presence. Make that decision so deeply woven into your psyche that even your subconscious mind believes it's simply a fact of existence. And then watch what happens in your outer world as a result. As you live, breathe, and move through life as an unshakable, unstoppable force, a remarkable thing will occur. The entire universe will actually start bending itself to create your visions and align with your mindset. It's a real-life superpower, you see. When someone becomes so rooted in the decision that nothing can stop them, the quantum field has to reorganize to make sure that decision reigns true. You begin operating in a new code of reality, where limitations don't apply because your mind refuses to accept them as real. It will amaze you how life begins flowing toward making your dreams happen once you strip any inkling of doubt or indulgence in fear. How the right people, resources, ideas, and opportunities start lining up as you stay hyper-focused through that singular lens of success being inevitable. So decide that for yourself today. Decide not just that you want to achieve greatness, but that it's going to happen no matter what. Put your foot down and let the universe know that your new reality includes no more putting limits on yourself whatsoever. Nothing. Not other people's doubts. Not temporary setbacks. Not even your own inner fears and BS stories. Nothing gets to have any say in preventing your dreams from blooming into reality. You're shedding that old limited mindset and identity for good. Step into the role of someone for whom success, abundance, and living their dreams to the fullest simply must happen because they've decided nothing can stop it. Let that new identity become your truth that the universe must organize itself around. And then spend the rest of your blessed life reveling in the ecstatic joy of your unwavering consciousness creating your reality before your eyes. Marvel as your thoughts become things and your spoken words morph into your tangible circumstances. Join the honored ranks of those elite luminaries who refuse to live a life of settling and self-imposed limits any longer. Add your unique story of human tenacity in deciding to be unstoppable and watching the entire cosmos reorganize itself to match that mighty decree. Because in the end, that may be the entire purpose behind this human experience, to awaken to the truth that we can be and have anything we can conceive of and believe to be true. That nothing is truly impossible for us if we eliminate layers of self-imposed limits and fears. So start choosing daily to be limitless. Start deciding deep in your bones that nothing can stop you from whatever you envision as the greatest life for yourself. Lock that mindset into place and then follow through each and every day with the inspired action of someone operating from a new decree. Behold the wondrous magic and jaw-dropping possibilities that await as you start acting like someone for whom success is inevitable because nothing will ever stop you again. A whole new reality eagerly awaits your arrival into this portal. So there you have it, my friends. The path to making all your dreams reality has been laid out before you. It's a trail that starts with a decision deep in your mind, the decision that from this point forward, nothing will ever be allowed to stop you again. You're shedding the identity of someone who makes excuses or indulges in doubt. You're stepping into a new way of being. Someone for whom success is not just something you want, but something that is inevitable because you have decided nothing can prevent it. With that mindset adjustment and realignment, you will start noticing synchronicities and fortunate alignments showering you. The entire universe will begin conspiring to reorganize itself around your new unshakable decree that your dreams must be made manifest. But it will take work on your part too. Your thoughts, words, and actions must all be pointed like laser-guided missiles in the direction of making it happen. You cannot be ruled by doubts, laziness, or any other limited patterns. Only 100 conviction and tenacious daily execution toward your visions. It's the price of admission to join the ranks of the unstoppable. Those elite human beings who defied all odds to craft their dreams into reality through sheer force of conscious decision making and follow through. It's not easy, but nothing extraordinary ever is. The path will be arduous at times, with inevitable setbacks and tests of your resolve. In those moments, you must remember why you first decided nothing could stop you. You must realign with the fact that your vision already is your reality. You're simply undergoing the process of making it physical through disciplined work. Persist long enough without ever letting the doubts derail you. And eventually, your new identity as someone unstoppable will be sealed. You will look back in awe at everything you manifested simply by deciding limitations had no place in your consciousness any longer. So today is the day you must ask yourself, are you ready? Are you prepared to leave the limiting stories and fears behind forever? Can you handle gazing into the abyss of pure potential and infinite possibility for what your life can become? If so, then let this message be the catalyzing spark. Let it awaken the part of you that has always suspected you were destined for a reality greater than any limit society has tried to place upon you. Let it stir that deep yearning to finally shed every self-imposed impediment and limitation from your life. Choose to become unstoppable in this very moment. Decided right here, right now, that nothing will ever defeat or derail you again. Not fears, not doubts, not criticisms, not setbacks. Nothing gets a vote anymore on what's possible for your life. You taking the reins and declaring your new sovereign identity as someone impervious to anything trying to prevent you from realizing your dreams. You have decided to live as if success, prosperity, and fulfillment are simply inevitable facts because you have willed them into being. Let that mighty roar up from your core and shake the foundations of your old limited reality crashing down. Feel the conviction of being truly unstoppable course like a raging river through your being. This is your new way of operating. And the world must now organize itself accordingly. No longer will you think, speak, or act like someone operating under limits and fears. Those have been banished to the outermost realms. From this day forth, you are reborn anew into your identity as someone for whom greatness isn't just coveted. So walk forth into this new existence boldly, bravely, and without any hesitation. Allow the universe to mold itself around your thunderous decree that nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you from making your dreams your reality. Because the truth has been spoken today. The truth that you get to decide what's possible through the vigorous wrestling of your consciousness. The door is open, the invitation has been issued. All that's left now is to walk through that portal into the life you have always dared to dream, but were too afraid to commit to. Shed that fear forever and start demanding that your dreams become physical reality through your disciplined thoughts, words, and actions as someone unstoppable. The world is waiting to be astounded by those of you who accept this calling today. So if you have an ounce of courage residing within you, then let this be the moment you activate it into full, ferocious intensity. Roar out your decision to live as unstoppable. Stamp it into the fabric of the universe's code, and then stay committed to that decision every single day through how you think, speak, and live going forward. All of life's greatest rewards and grandest experiences await those who accept this heroic decision to be truly unstoppable from this point onward. Allow nothing to make you hesitate or walk awash in doubt any longer, because we've had the veil removed today, revealing the truth that you alone get to write the story of what's possible for your life from this point forward. And if you decide with every fiber of your being that nothing can stop you anymore, then buckle up, because a whole new stratosphere of potential is about to joyously unfold. My friends, we are gathered here today to discuss one of the most powerful mindsets you can cultivate, learning to act as if nothing hurts you. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Jim, that sounds cold and callous. Aren't we supposed to be in touch with our feelings? Well, let me put it this way. I'm not suggesting you become an unfeeling robot, devoid of emotions. Quite the contrary. The human experience is rich with the entire spectrum of emotions, joy, sadness, anger, fear, and everything in between. What I'm advocating is that you don't let the inevitable hurts and pains of life keep you stuck and prevent you from achieving your greatest potential. You see, my friends, life is not easy. From the day we are born, we face challenges and difficulties. As infants, we cry when we are hungry, tired, or uncomfortable. As children, we get teased, bullied, or left out by our peers. As adults, we experience heartbreaks, setbacks, failures, and tragedies of all kinds. The path is never smooth. There will always be potholes, detours, and roadblocks along the way. But here's the fundamental truth. You can't control what happens to you in life, but you can control how you respond to it. The stumbling blocks that trip up most people are not the hurts themselves, but rather their reactions and mindsets towards those hurts. Let me give you an example from my own life. Many years ago, when I was just starting out in my career, I faced constant rejection and setbacks. I'd walk into an office polished and prepared, only to have the door slammed in my face. Time and time again, I'd pour my heart into a proposal or project just to have it dismissed or torn apart. Those were hurts, my friends, blows to my ego, my confidence, and my dreams. Now, I could have let those hurts defeat me. I could have said, this is too hard. I'm not cut out for this. I'll never make it. And I would have quit and settled for a life of mediocrity and regret. But instead, I learned a powerful lesson. I can't control how others treat me, but I can control how I respond. I chose to act as if those rejections didn't hurt. Oh, they stung in the moment, but I didn't let them keep me down. I picked myself back up, dusted myself off, and kept moving forward with even more determination. You see, when you learn to act as if nothing hurts you, you develop an unshakable resilience that allows you to bounce back from any setback or challenge life throws your way. You stop wasting precious time and energy licking your wounds, and instead pour all of your focus into crafting the life you truly want. But Jim, you might say, isn't that just suppressing or denying my feelings? Absolutely not. In fact, acting as if nothing hurts you requires that you fully experience and process your emotions in a healthy way. You cry when you need to cry. You feel the anger, the sadness, the hurt. But then you make the conscious choice to not let those feelings control your actions or dictate your future. It's like the famous quote from Marcus Aurelius, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. You can't control the universe and all the changes and hurts that come your way, but you can control your thoughts and mindset about those hurts. You can choose to be defined by them and let them limit you, or you can choose to transcend them and keep striving towards your highest goals." Now, learning to act as if nothing hurts you is not something that happens overnight. It takes practice, discipline, and a deep belief in your own inner strength and worth. I'm reminded of a story from ancient Greece about a famous wrestler named Milo of Croton. As the story goes, when Milo was a young man, he started carrying a newborn calf on his shoulders every day. As the calf grew into a bull, Milo kept lifting it, allowing his strength to increase incrementally over time. By adulthood, he was able to easily carry the fully grown bull. My friends, developing the mindset of acting as if nothing hurts you is much the same process. You start small, dealing with the minor hurts and setbacks of everyday life. You feel the hurt? Yes, but then you choose to move forward, carrying that weight on your shoulders rather than letting it weigh you down. Over time, as you face bigger and more significant hurts, your resilience grows stronger and stronger until even the most devastating blows can't keep you from your purpose. I'll give you another example from my own life journey. Many years ago, I faced a professional setback that crushed me to my core. A business partnership I had poured years of hard work and financial investment into fell apart in a messy, painful way. I was devastated. My dreams, my future, my sense of self-worth all felt shattered in an instant. For a while there, I'll admit, I wallowed in that hurt. I blamed myself. I felt sorry for myself. I questioned if I was truly cut out for success. But then, one day, something shifted in my mindset. I realized that continuing to nurse that hurt was only hurting me more. It was keeping me trapped, preventing me from moving forward and seizing new opportunities. So I made the conscious decision to act as if that hurt didn't exist. Not that it never happened. I couldn't deny reality, but I chose to not let it define me or dictate my path forward. I picked myself up, brushed myself off, and dove back into pursuing my vision with even more passion and determination. And you know what? That setback that felt so devastating at the time ended up being one of the greatest blessings of my life, because it forced me to reevaluate, to course correct, to find an even better path that was more aligned with my true purpose. Had I let that hurt consume me, I never would have discovered the incredible successes and fulfillment that lay on the other side. My friends, I could spend hours sharing stories just like that. Times in my life when I hit rock bottom, when the hurts and pains threatened to bury me. But each and every time, I remembered the mindset that nothing could truly hurt me as long as I didn't allow it to. I felt the emotions, yes, but I didn't let them control my actions or dictate my worth. Because here's the truth. You are far stronger, braver, and more resilient than you can possibly imagine. Within you lies an infinite well of courage, determination, and grit that allows you to overcome any obstacle or hurt that life throws your way. All you have to do is choose to tap into that inner strength and act as if the hurts of this world can't touch your spirit. Now, I know that's easier said than done. Developing that level of resilience and mental fortitude takes constant work and commitment. It requires you to be brutally honest with yourself, to confront your fears and insecurities head on. It means establishing a rock-solid foundation of self-worth that can't be shaken by external forces or the opinions of others. But I promise you, my friends, it is worth the effort, because when you truly learn to act as if nothing hurts you, you unlock a profound sense of inner peace, confidence, and unshakable purpose that will revolutionize every aspect of your life. Imagine going through your days completely unburdened by the hurts and setbacks that most people allow to weigh them down. Imagine pursuing your biggest dreams and ambitions without that nagging voice of doubt and fear holding you back. Imagine handling even the most difficult situations and challenging people with grace, poise, and an unflappable calm, because you know that nothing can truly hurt you unless you let it. That's the power of this mindset, my friends. It's a superpower, really, the ability to be impervious to the slings and arrows that life throws at you, to march forward steadfast and unstoppable in the pursuit of your highest goals and vision for your life. But ultimately, learning to act as if nothing hurts you is about more than just achievement and success. It's about living a life of profound freedom, joy, and a soul-deep sense of being unbreakable. It's about cutting the chains of past hurts and limiting beliefs that have held you hostage for far too long. It's about reclaiming your power and standing in your worth as the infinite, capable being of light that you truly are. So I'll leave you with this. The next time life deals you a blow, pause for a moment. Feel that hurt. Metabolize it. Let it move through you. Cry if you need to cry. Scream if you need to scream. Allow yourself to fully experience the emotions of that experience. But then make the choice to not let that hurt linger and take up permanent residence within you. Brush yourself off, hold your head high, and keep marching forward on your path, acting as if that hurt has no power over you whatsoever. It might feel strange and uncomfortable at first. Sure, your mind will try to pull you back into reliving that hurt over and over again. But resist that urge. My friends, choose again and again to be unhurtable. Choose to act with the same resilience, grace, and determination as the mighty oak tree, bending but never breaking in the face of life's stormiest winds. That is how you cultivate true empowerment and freedom. That is how you soar to the greatest heights of your potential, not by pretending hurts don't exist, but by staring them square in the eye and declaring you have no dominion over me. I am stronger than you, bigger than you, and nothing can keep me from my purpose. My friends, you were born for greatness, to scale mountaintops, to blaze new trails, to leave a profound and lasting impact on this world. Don't let the inevitable hurts and setbacks of life slow you down or convince you that you are anything less than the powerful, radiant, unstoppable being of light that you are. No, today is the day you claim your power and your worth. You declare once and for all that you will act as if nothing hurts you because you know that your spirit and your dreams are grander and more sublime than any hurt this world can throw at you. This is your rebirth, friends, your phoenix moment rising from the ashes of past hurts and limitations. Your war cry that proclaims to the universe, I am unstoppable, I am unbreakable. Nothing can hurt me unless I let it. And from this day forward, I choose freedom, I choose empowerment, and I choose to act as if the hurts of this world have no power over my brilliance. So who's with me, my friends? Who will join me in cultivating this radically powerful mindset? Who will choose to be unhurtable and step into their highest, most authentic selves? The path won't be easy. Anything worth having requires work and commitment. But I promise you, the rewards are beyond anything you can possibly imagine. A world of freedom, fulfillment, and impact awaits those who learn to act as if nothing hurts them. All you have to do is take that first courageous step, to plant your flag in the soil and declare no more. No more will I be limited by hurts or setbacks. From this day forward, I soar. So let's do this, friends. Let's lock arms and march forth together as an unstoppable force, hurt by nothing, deterred by nothing, and capable of achieving any dream our hearts can envision. The path will not be smooth, but we will walk it unbowed and unbroken, radiating light and inspiration to all who witness our triumph and resilience. Together, we are unstoppable. Together, we are an army of the unhurtable, blazing a trail towards personal transformation, profound inner peace, and leaving an indelible mark on this world. My friends, I know what some of you might be thinking. Sure, Jim, that all sounds great in theory, but how can I actually put this into practice in my everyday life? The hurts and setbacks I face feel so overwhelming at times. I hear you, and I understand that developing this mindset is not easy. The doubts, the fears, the inner critic that wants to keep you small and playing it safe. Those voices can be loud and insistent. But here's the thing, nothing worthwhile in life comes easy. And learning to act as if nothing hurts you is one of the most empowering skills you can cultivate. So let me share some practical strategies for embodying this mindset day in and day out. Because friends, this is not just some philosophical concept. It's a whole new way of being in the world. A profound shift in perspective that will ripple out and transform every area of your life. The first key is self-awareness. You can't move past the hurts and setbacks until you've fully processed and metabolized them in a healthy way. That means getting radically honest with yourself about what triggered that hurt, what old wounds or limiting beliefs it may have resurfaced. Feel it, honor it, but don't let it define your entire reality. Write about it, talk to a friend, see a counselor, do whatever is needed to work through those emotions in a constructive manner. Because here's the truth. Unprocessed hurts and traumas have an incredible power to keep you trapped, reliving those pains over and over in your mind until they morph into fear, resentment, and a victim mentality that robs you of your personal power. I've seen it happen too many times. My friends, people staying stuck in misery and smallness because they let an old wound fester and spread toxicity throughout their lives. But when you develop the self-awareness to work through those hurts in a healthy way, that's when the real magic happens. That's when you reclaim your power and your freedom. You stop being controlled by the circumstances of your past and instead become the author of your present and future reality. Which brings me to the next key, taking radical responsibility. So many people remain perpetual victims, constantly blaming others or outside circumstances for the hurts they've experienced. And don't get me wrong, in many cases those hurts were completely undeserved and unfair. But choosing to remain stuck in resentment, anger, or self-pity keeps you powerless. It lets those hurts linger and rot within you like a cancer. True empowerment comes from taking radical responsibility, looking at any hurt or setback and asking yourself, what could I have done differently? How can I take this experience and use it as fuel to grow, evolve, and become strong? You didn't choose the hurt? No. But you can choose how much power you give that experience over your life and future actions. Let me give you an example from the world of business. Say you put your heart and soul into a big project or proposal only to have it rejected or criticized. That's a hurt, no question. But in that moment, you have a choice. You can get bitter, defensive, and look to place blame on all the people and circumstances. Or you can take radical responsibility by asking, how could I have made this proposal stronger? What did I miss or overlook? What skills do I need to refine to increase my chances of success next time? Do you see the difference in mindset and energy? One path keeps you powerless and licking your wounds. The other transmutes that hurt into fuel for your evolution and growth. It allows you to learn, improve, and act as if that setback has no power to stop your forward momentum. Another key is mastering your mindset. Because friends, the reality is that nothing hurts you until you let it hurt you. Think about it. The event itself, whatever tragedy or difficulty occurred, already happened in the past. The hurt you feel is not the event. It's your mind's perception and resistance to accepting what happened. Let me repeat that. Nothing hurts you until you let it hurt you. The event happened, yes, but the hurt is optional. It comes from your thoughts, your mindset, your inner resistance to what is. When you can shift your mindset to one of acceptance, surrender, and non-resistance, the hurt dissolves. You create space to act as if that event has no power over you. I'll give you a personal example. Years ago, I was preparing for a major speaking event that meant the world to me. I worked for months on my material, my delivery, every last detail. And then the day before the event, I contracted a terrible case of laryngitis that made my voice sound like a rusty hinge. In that moment, I could have let the hurt of that situation spiral me into negativity, self-pity, anger at the universe. But instead, I surrendered. I accepted that sometimes things happen that are out of our control. Rather than raging against it or seeing it as a personal attack, I said, well, this is what is. No need to add unnecessary suffering on top of it. I showed up at that event, did the best I could with what I had, and focused my energy on serving the audience rather than getting caught up in the hurt of not being at my fullest potential. Did it suck in the moment? Absolutely. But because I mastered my mindset around it, that hurt was temporary and fleeting. I didn't compound it through obsessive negative thinking. I acted as if that laryngitis literally could not hurt me because I refused to perceive it as anything other than a temporary circumstance to move through with positivity and grace. My friends, developing that level of mindset mastery is one of the greatest skills you can cultivate. To be able to look at any situation, no matter how difficult or painful, and maintain your center of peace, positivity, and empowerment. To truly live by the wisdom that nothing outside of you can hurt you without your permission and participation. It takes work. Absolutely. You have to diligently catch yourself anytime your mind starts spiraling into hurt, negativity, or victimhood. You have to reframe, refocus, and realign yourself with the truth that you are far greater than any single event or circumstance. But I promise you, that inner work is worth it 1,000-fold, because it's what allows you to act as if nothing hurts you and keeps you boldly striving towards your highest goals and dreams. Now, the final key I'll leave you with today is building your capacity for resilience. Just like exercising a muscle, the more you practice acting as if nothing hurts you, the stronger and more effortless that mindset becomes. It's how you evolve from being shaken by every little setback and disappointment to being able to roll with life's punches, to take the biggest blows that life can dish out and bounce back stronger than before. Building resilience is about consistently choosing the mindset and behaviors of someone who is unhurtable no matter how you feel in the moment. You show up and act as if even when your emotions are screaming otherwise. You double down on your self-care practices of exercise, meditation, time, and nature, whatever allows you to recharge and recenter in your inherent peace and power. You surround yourself with a community that lifts you up, inspires you, and believes in your ability to transcend any hurt. And most of all, you refuse to see any hurt or setback as a permanent state or definition of who you are. To borrow an analogy from the wild, you treat any difficulty or challenge as the thunderstorm it is. Powerful and intense in the moment, sure. But you know with every fiber of your being that no storm lasts forever. The clouds will part, the sun will reemerge, and you will still be standing tall and as brilliant as ever. So be that oak tree, my friends. Be the one who bends but never breaks. No matter how forceful the winds that batter against you, stay firmly rooted in the truth of your greatness, your unshakable worth, and your refusal to be defined by any temporary hurt or circumstance. Let your branches and leaves get tossed about for a bit. That's okay. But keep standing steady and resolute, modeling for the world the radiant resilience that allows you to act as if nothing hurts you. The path is simple, but not easy. It takes constant commitment, courage, and an unwavering belief in your power to transcend anything life throws your way. But I promise you, put in the work and you will cultivate an unbreakable spirit that is truly unhurtable. A profound inner peace and freedom that cannot be shaken by external forces. And a life of limitless achievement, growth, and fulfillment. So once again, I leave you with the invitation. Who's willing to answer the call? Who will join me in becoming an unstoppable force, acting as if nothing in this world can hurt you or deter you from your path? The tribe of the unhurtable is calling. All you have to do is raise your hand and declare, I'm in. No more will I be limited by unnecessary suffering. From this day forward, I act as if, my friends, a life of profound freedom, confidence, and impact awaits those who embrace this mindset. The path is before you. All you have to do is take the first step. Trust that I and the wisdom of all those who have walked this path before you will be there to guide you every step of the way. So let's get to work. Let's lock arms as an unstoppable community and march boldly into our highest callings, modeling for the world what it looks like to be truly unhurtable. Our light will be the beacon that shows others how to transcend their own hurts and setbacks. Our energy will ripple out in waves that heal and inspire all who encounter us. That is our legacy, friends. That is our greatest offering to this world. to be living, breathing examples of what's possible when you act as if nothing can hurt you, when you tap into your infinite power, courage, and resilience. The path will not be easy, but we will walk it together, supporting and uplifting one another to stay true to this empowered mindset. And in doing so, we will not only transform our own lives, but contribute to elevating the collective consciousness of this planet. No more smallness, no more reactivity, no more allowing the pains of yesterday to lessen our radiance today. Instead, we shine bright like the noonday sun, unstoppable forces for good growth and the highest unlimited potential. So who's with me, friends? Who will be counted among the unstoppable tribe of the unhurtable? Join me in this sacred mission, not just for ourselves, but for the betterment of all. Together, we can heal this world's hurts by our very existence, simply by choosing to act as if nothing can hurt us and standing in the full flowering of our limitless power, resilience, and grace. Can you feel it? That burning desire, that insatiable hunger to achieve the impossible, to stand tall and declare to the world that nothing, absolutely nothing, is out of reach for those who dare to dream big and act boldly? If you can't feel it yet, don't worry. By the time we're done here today, that fire will be raging within you, a force so powerful that it will obliterate any self-doubt, any fear, any limiting belief that has held you back from reaching your fullest potential. You see, my friends, we live in a world that constantly tries to clip our wings, to confine us within the boundaries of what is deemed realistic or attainable. But I'm here to tell you that those boundaries are nothing but illusions, figments of other people's limited imaginations projected onto our own limitless potential. It's time to break free from those self-imposed shackles. It's time to learn to act as if nothing is out of reach. Imagine for a moment what your life would look like if you truly embraced this mindset. Imagine the possibilities that would unfurl before you, the doors that would swing open, the horizons that would stretch out as far as the eye can see. No longer would you be bound by the limitations of your circumstances, your education, or your past experiences. Instead, you would approach every challenge, every obstacle, with the unwavering belief that it can be overcome, that it can be conquered, that it is merely a temporary hurdle on your path to greatness. This is the power of acting as if nothing is out of reach. It's a mindset that transforms the impossible into the inevitable, a self-fulfilling prophecy that propels you towards heights you once thought unattainable. But let's be clear, this is no mere positive thinking exercise. This is a fundamental shift in the way you perceive reality, a conscious decision to reject the narratives of limitation that have been ingrained in us from birth. You see, we live in a world that loves to tell us what we can't do, what's unrealistic or impractical. But those voices, those naysayers, are nothing more than echoes of their own self-doubt and fear. They are projections of their own limited beliefs, not reflections of your true potential. When you learn to act as if nothing is out of reach, you liberate yourself from those limiting narratives. You become the author of your own story, the architect of your own destiny. And let me tell you, the world looks very different from that vantage point. Suddenly, the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable become mere stepping stones on your path to greatness. The challenges that once paralyzed you with fear become fuel for your burning ambition, stoking the fires of determination and resilience within you. This is the power of a mindset shift, my friends. When you truly embrace the belief that nothing is out of reach, you unlock a wellspring of motivation and perseverance that will propel you through even the toughest of times. When you truly internalize the mindset that nothing is out of reach, it permeates every fiber of your being. It becomes a lens through which you view the world, a constant reminder that you are not a passive observer, but an active architect shaping the landscape of your life. With this empowering belief as your foundation, even the most mundane tasks take on a sense of purpose and possibility. That morning commute is no longer a soul-crushing slog, but an opportunity to plan your next bold move. That household chore is not a burden, but a chance to sharpen your discipline and follow through. You see, when you act as if nothing is out of reach, you begin to recognize the hidden potential in every situation, the opportunities for growth and self-improvement that lie just beneath the surface. What others view as obstacles, you perceive as challenges to be relished and conquered. This mindset shift doesn't happen overnight, of course. It's a journey, a constant process of rewiring the neural pathways that have been carved by years of limiting beliefs and self-doubt. But with each small victory, with each hurdle cleared, the evidence mounts and your conviction grows stronger. Soon, you'll find yourself seeking out challenges that once terrified you, not out of a sense of recklessness, but out of a genuine belief in your ability to adapt, overcome, and ultimately conquer. The fears that once paralyzed you will become mere whispers in the back of your mind, easily drowned out by the roar of your unshakable self-belief. And as you navigate this journey, you'll begin to attract others who share this empowering mindset. A tribe of like-minded individuals who will uplift and encourage you, who will push you to dream bigger and reach further than you ever thought possible. Together, you'll forge an unbreakable bond, a shared understanding that the only true limits are the ones we place upon ourselves. And within this community of unwavering belief, you'll find the courage and inspiration to shatter those self-imposed boundaries time and time again. But let me be clear, acting as if nothing is out of reach is not a free pass to reckless abandon or delusional thinking. No, quite the opposite. It demands a heightened sense of responsibility, a deep commitment to personal growth and development. For when you truly believe that nothing is out of reach, you must also accept the mantle of striving for excellence in all that you do. You must be willing to put in the hard work, to embrace the struggles and setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than reasons to quit. This is where the true power of this mindset lies, in its ability to cultivate an unshakable resilience, a relentless drive to keep pushing forward no matter what obstacles may arise. Because make no mistake, obstacles will come. Setbacks are inevitable. Failures are a part of the journey. But when you act as if nothing is out of reach, those challenges become mere speed bumps on the road to greatness, temporary detours that only serve to strengthen your resolve and sharpen your skills. You see, it's not about avoiding failure or pretending that challenges don't exist. No, it's about approaching those obstacles with a sense of curiosity and determination, a willingness to adapt and learn, and an unwavering belief that you possess the resources, be they internal or external, to overcome any hurdle that stands in your way. One of the key aspects of this empowering belief is the ability to reframe failure. In the conventional mindset, failure is seen as a devastating setback, a soul-crushing blow to one's self-worth and aspirations. But when you act as if nothing is out of reach, failure takes on an entirely new meaning. It becomes a teacher, a guide on the path to eventual success. You see, every failure, every misstep, every stumble along the way offers invaluable lessons. Lessons in resilience, in adaptability, in identifying weaknesses and shoring them up. When you approach failure from this perspective, the sting of disappointment is quickly overshadowed by an insatiable hunger to learn, to grow, and to try again armed with newfound wisdom and experience. Failure is no longer something to be feared or avoided at all costs. Instead, it becomes an inevitable part of the journey, a series of course corrections that ultimately steer you towards your lofty goals. The trail may be winding, the terrain may be treacherous at times, but with an unwavering belief that nothing is out of reach, you'll always find your way back to the path, wiser and more determined than ever before. This resilient mindset is perhaps one of the greatest gifts that comes with acting as if nothing is out of reach. For when you truly embrace this belief, you cultivate an inner strength, a reserve of grit and perseverance that is simply unattainable to those who remain shackled by fear and self-doubt. With each obstacle overcome, Each challenge conquered, that inner fortitude grows stronger, like a muscle being pushed to its limits and then given time to recover and grow even more powerful. Soon, what once seemed daunting becomes merely a test of your mettle, an opportunity to flex that resilient spirit and emerge ever more formidable. And let me tell you, there is no greater feeling than standing tall in the face of adversity, staring down the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable and declaring with every fiber of your being, nothing is out of reach for me. I will conquer this and I will emerge stronger and wiser for it. This is the power of acting as if nothing is out of reach. It's a mindset that not only empowers you to achieve greatness, but also fortifies you with the strength and resilience to weather any storm, to overcome any setback, and to emerge from every challenge as an even more formidable force. But perhaps the most beautiful aspect of this empowering belief is its ability to inspire and uplift those around you. For when you truly embody the mindset that nothing is out of reach, you become a beacon of hope and possibility, a living testament to the boundless potential that lies within each and every one of us. Your mere presence, your unwavering belief in the face of adversity, will become a source of inspiration for those who have yet to fully embrace this transformative mindset. They will look upon your achievements, your triumphs over seemingly insurmountable odds, and feel a kindling of hope and possibility ignite within them. And as you share your journey, as you recount the challenges you've faced and the lessons you've learned, you'll find yourself becoming not just a motivational speaker, but a true agent of change, empowering others to shed their limiting beliefs and embrace the liberating truth that nothing is out of reach for those who dare to dream big and act boldly. This is the ripple effect of acting as if nothing is out of reach. It's a mindset that has the power to transcend individual achievements and touch the lives of countless others, inspiring them to reach for heights they once thought unattainable, and to approach each obstacle not with trepidation, but with a sense of curiosity and determination. So my friends, I implore you, embrace this life-changing mindset with every fiber of your being. Let it permeate your thoughts, your actions, your very essence. For when you truly act as if nothing is out of reach, the entire universe conspires to make that belief a reality. Imagine waking up each morning brimming with a sense of possibility and potential that courses through your veins like liquid confidence. Imagine approaching each day as a blank canvas waiting for you to paint your masterpiece upon it, one bold brushstroke at a time. This is the power of acting as if nothing is out of reach. It's a mindset that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary, the mundane into the magical. It's the key that unlocks doors you never even knew existed, revealing paths and opportunities that were once obscured by the shadows of self-doubt and limitation. With this empowering belief as your guiding light, you'll find yourself drawn towards challenges that once seemed insurmountable, not out of foolish bravado, but out of a genuine curiosity and eagerness to test the boundaries of your potential. And each time you emerge victorious, that light will burn brighter, illuminating new horizons and inspiring you to reach even further. And let's be clear, this journey will not be an easy one. There will be times when the path grows steep and treacherous, when the obstacles seem too daunting to overcome. But it is in those moments of adversity that the true power of acting as if nothing is out of reach will reveal itself. For when you stand unwavering in the face of those challenges, when you refuse to yield to the siren call of self-doubt and fear, you'll tap into a wellspring of resilience and determination that will propel you forward, one step at a time, until you've conquered that which once seemed impossible. And as you emerge triumphant, basking in the glow of your hard-won victory, you'll realize that the true reward was not the achievement itself, but the growth, the self-discovery, and the unshakable self-belief that you've cultivated along the way. This is the ultimate gift of acting as if nothing is out of reach. The transformation of your very being, the shedding of self-imposed limitations, and the emergence of a truly empowered, unstoppable version of yourself. So, my friends, I leave you with this challenge. Dare to dream bigger than you ever have before. Dare to approach each obstacle with a sense of curiosity, excitement, rather than trepidation. Dare to act as if nothing is out of reach, and watch as the universe conspires to make that belief a reality. For when you embrace this mindset, when you let it permeate every aspect of your life, you'll soon find that the impossible becomes merely a temporary inconvenience, a hurdle to be cleared on your way to greatness. The path may be long, the journey may be arduous, but with an unwavering belief that nothing is out of reach, you'll have all the tools, all the resilience, and all the determination you need to conquer any challenge that stands in your way. So go forth, my friends, embrace this empowering mindset, and let it be the driving force that propels you towards heights you once thought unattainable. Let it be the beacon that guides you through the darkest of times, illuminating the way forward and reminding you that no obstacle is too great, no dream too lofty, for those who truly believe that nothing is out of reach. The world is yours for the taking, my friends. All you need to do is reach out and seize it with both hands, fueled by the knowledge that your potential is limitless and that greatness is not a destination, but a journey to be embraced with open arms and an unshakable spirit. So what are you waiting for? The time to act is now. The time to shed your self-imposed limitations is now. The time to truly embrace the belief that nothing is out of reach is now. Go forth, conquer, and leave your mark on this world. For when you act as if nothing is out of reach, the only limit is the one you place upon yourself. And I have a feeling you're about to shatter that limit into a million pieces. The choice is yours, my friends. Will you continue to shrink from the challenges before you, cowed by the voice of self-doubt and fear? Or will you rise up, embrace the belief that nothing is out of reach, and claim your destiny as the author of your own greatness? The path ahead may be uncertain, but one thing is certain: with an unwavering belief in your limitless potential, there is no summit too high, no dream too audacious for you to conquer. So go forth, my friends. Be fearless in the pursuit of your wildest ambitions. Be relentless in your determination to overcome every obstacle that stands in your way. And above all else, never forget that when you act as if nothing is out of reach, the entire universe will conspire to make that belief a reality. The choice is yours. The power is yours. The greatness is yours for the taking. All you have to do is reach out and seize it with both hands. Nothing is out of reach, my friends. Absolutely nothing. Believe it, live it, and watch as the world unfolds before you in ways you never thought possible. The choice is yours, my friends. Will you continue to shrink from the challenges before you, cowed by the voice of self-doubt and fear? Or will you rise up, embrace the belief that nothing is out of reach, and claim your destiny as the author of your own greatness? The path ahead may be uncertain, but one thing is certain: with an unwavering belief in your limitless potential, there is no summit too high, no dream too audacious for you to conquer. So go forth, my friends. Be fearless in the pursuit of your wildest ambitions. Be relentless in your determination to overcome every obstacle that stands in your way. And above all else, never forget that when you act as if nothing is out of reach, the entire universe will conspire to make that belief a reality. The choice is yours. The power is yours. The greatness is yours for the taking. All you have to do is reach out and seize it with both hands. Nothing is out of reach, my friends. Absolutely nothing. Believe it, live it, and watch as the world unfolds before you in ways you never thought possible. As you leave here today, carry that belief with you like a blazing torch, illuminating the path ahead no matter how daunting the terrain may seem. Let it be your guiding star, your constant reminder that the limits others try to place on you are mere phantoms, illusions with no true power over your limitless potential. When self-doubt creeps in, as it inevitably will, recall the moments when you defied the odds, when you stared down challenges that once seemed unconquerable and emerged victorious. Draw strength from those memories and let them reignite the fire of unshakable belief within you. And when the naysayers and doubters try to deflate your soaring ambitions with their own limited thinking, pay them no heed. For their words are merely echoes of their own fear, projections of their own self-imposed limitations onto your boundless vista of possibility. You, my friends, are not bound by their narrow perspectives. You are the architects of your own destiny, the authors of a greatness that is yet to be written. So write your story boldly, without apology, without allowing the voices of doubt to intrude upon the grandness of your ambitions. Approach each day as a blank canvas, awaiting the brushstrokes of your unwavering determination and your steadfast belief that nothing, absolutely nothing, is out of reach for those who dare to dream big and act even bigger. Let that belief be the driving force behind every decision, every action, every pursuit. Let it propel you through the inevitable obstacles and setbacks, knowing that each challenge overcome will only strengthen your resilience and fortify your unshakable. And as you blaze this trail, as you conquer peak after peak that others deemed unscalable, take a moment to revel in your achievements, not out of arrogance or hubris, but out of the deep appreciation for the journey that has led you to these dizzying heights. A journey fueled by an empowering mindset that transformed the impossible into the inevitable. Celebrate the growth, the self-discovery, the shedding of self-imposed limitations that has brought you to this point. And in those moments of profound realization, let your accomplishments serve as beacons of inspiration, guiding lights for those still struggling to free themselves from the shackles of self-doubt and fear. For when you live as living proof that nothing is out of reach, you become so much more than an individual achiever. You become a catalyst for change, a spark that ignites the flames of possibility within all who bear witness to your triumph. So go forth, my friends, and let your light shine brightly upon this world. Let your unwavering belief in your limitless potential be a beacon of hope, a rallying cry for all those yearning to break free from the confines of their self-limiting beliefs. As you embark on this transformative journey, embracing the liberating belief that your potential is truly boundless, understand that you are not alone. You are part of a tribe, an ever-growing movement of dreamers and achievers who have chosen to shed the shackles of doubt and limitation. Within this tribe, you will find kindred spirits who not only share your audacious ambitions, but who will also provide the support, the camaraderie, and the accountability to help propel you towards your loftiest goals. For when you surround yourself with those who steadfastly believe that nothing is out of reach, that energy becomes contagious, a self-perpetuating cycle of empowerment and possibility. Together, you will embark on adventures that will test the limits of your determination and perseverance. You will face obstacles that will seem insurmountable at times, challenges that will make even the most steadfast believers question their conviction. But it is in those darkest moments, when the path ahead seems shrouded in shadow, that the true power of your tribe will reveal itself. For when one among you falters, when the flames of belief begin to flicker, your fellow travelers will be there to fan those embers, to reignite the fire with their own unwavering faith. They will remind you of the triumphs you've already achieved, the conquests that once seemed impossible until you made them your reality. And in their words, their actions, their resolute belief in your limitless potential, you will find the strength and inspiration to continue pushing forward. This is the beauty of embracing the nothing is out of reach mindset. It is a rising tide that lifts all boats. As each member of your tribe achieves new heights, shatters new barriers, and leaves their mark upon this world, it becomes a testament to the truth that you all hold so dear. It becomes indisputable proof that when you approach life with an unshakable belief in your abilities, when you refuse to place artificial limits upon your dreams, there is no summit too lofty, no aspiration too grandiose to be realized. And as your tribe grows, as more and more individuals are inspired to shed their self-doubt and embrace this empowering mindset, You will bear witness to a transformation that extends far beyond individual achievement. You will see communities uplifted, cultures reshaped, and entire societies elevated by the collective belief that greatness is not a scarce commodity reserved for a select few, but a boundless wellspring waiting to be tapped by all those with the courage and conviction to drink deeply from its revitalizing waters. This is the true legacy of acting as if nothing is out of reach, a legacy that transcends mere personal accomplishment and leaves an indelible mark upon the world itself. A legacy that says to all who bear witness, look what is possible when we liberation ourselves from the chains of self-limitation. Look at the heights we can scale, the boundaries we can shatter when we approach life with an unwavering faith in our limitless potential. So embrace this movement, my friends. Become beacons of inspiration, trailblazers who light the way for those still lost in the darkness of doubt and fear. Let your triumphs, your conquests, your radiant belief in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds serve as a clarion call to all those yearning to break free from the shackles of their self-imposed limitations. As you continue on this empowering journey, let your achievements be a testament not just to your own abilities, but to the infinite capacity for growth and transformation that resides within us all. Let each barrier shattered, each summit conquered, serve as irrefutable proof that the limits we so often accept as permanent are merely mirage sculpted from the sand of self-doubt. With every obstacle overcome, you defy the voices that insist it cannot be done. You render obsolete the narratives of scarcity and limitation that have shackled humanity's collective ambition for far too long. In their place, you author a new story, one of daring possibilities, of dreams realized, of human potential actualized in its most awe-inspiring form. And in doing so, you become living inspirations to those still held captive by fear and self-limiting beliefs. Your mere existence as trailblazers shattering conventional boundaries serves as an empowering reminder of what can be achieved when we silence the incessant whispers of doubt. Imagine the impact you can have on a young mind, still fragile in its self-belief, simply by letting your achievements speak for themselves. Imagine the spark of possibility you can ignite by demonstrating through your own life's journey. That is merely a mind-forged mantra for those unwilling to test the boundaries of their own capacity. In witnessing your triumphs over adversity, your grit and perseverance in the face of obstacles once thought insurmountable, those whose belief has been dampened by the weight of societal limitations may find themselves awed the magnitude of what you've accomplished. And in that awe, the seeds of their own potential may take root and begin to blossom. They may look upon the summits you've conquered and find themselves muttering, if they could achieve something so improbable, something so audacious, what could I be capable of? This is how beliefs transform and expand across generations. This is how self-imposed limitations begin to crumble under the weight of living counterexamples. One mind opens, and in its expansive wake, a multitude follow. So never underestimate the ripple effect of your personal achievements, of the life you manifested by sheer force of unshakable self-belief. Never think for a moment that your journey is an isolated event impacting none but yourself. No, your path blazes a trail for countless others to follow. Your unwavering conviction that nothing lies beyond your grasp is an empowering affirmation for all those who've been conscripted into the cult of self-doubt from birth. You are living, breathing embodiments of the truth that we are not bound by the limits prescribed to us by others, that our personal limitations are self-imposed shackles reinforced by the narratives we choose to accept as gospel. With each barrier, you demolish each new height you ascend to. You undermine the very premise that constraints on human potential are immutable facts. You reveal them for what they truly are illusions born of fear and scarcity thinking, fictions that serve only to disincentivize audacious dreaming. So burn those fictions to ashes with the blazing truth of your achievements. Let your life's journey be a case study in the boundless scope of human potential when it remains unrestrained by self-limiting beliefs. Be a living affirmation that greatness is our birthright. Should we sell encouragement, dare to claim it,